welcome back to Real Moms of Real Estate. This is our final episode of season 1. Woo! We made it through. Well, lots of bumps along the road, but we made it through.
We are here with Lucy, Kate, and Kylie.
I know, I really feel like I kind of blew it with my name. Everybody has a K name. No.
Oh, I'm gonna, so wait. Do you prefer Katie?
Katie.
Okay. That's mine. As soon as I said it, I knew.
All the gals.
Let's go back. You're here today.
With Lucy.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Katie.
Kylie.
Kate.
I should change my name. Yeah, well, welcome back.
Lucy.
I know. Today we're going to talk about wrapping up quarter 3 because we are almost into October. And I guess by the time this podcast comes out, we will be in October, quarter 4.
Yeah.
Wild. So
It is wild.
I know. I feel like every time the summer goes by, it's just like a blink and then we're at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite. But let's talk a little bit about how was Q3 for everybody. How did everybody end up faring?
It was absolutely brutal for me.
Okay.
Yeah, not my best quarter. I will say that. How did you guys do?
I think I was saying on one of our recent episodes that I had like a bunch of dominoes that were just waiting to fall, and that has since happened. So
Ooh,
it's like it gone either way, and it was like one thing happened, and it just seemed like every day, it all kind of came together. So I'm super excited. I feel like I'm going to be buttoning up Q3 pretty strong, and despite everything that's been going on with the MLS and just personal life, like childcare, we've talked about all this stuff. It's just been kind of like a wild ride. Yeah, trying to finish this renovation and get moved. So despite all of those challenges, I feel like it's looking pretty good.
Right,
I feel good about where things stand on my end.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we kind of, we had a busy end of Q3. It was kind of a similar situation where we had people that have been looking for a really long time or, listings we were preparing for, and then it all kind of hit at the same time, which some days I'm like,
It's fun.
I'm like,
Yeah.
did I send that email? Did I send that attachment? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Which, but so I think we'll be in a good position going into Q4. Then it's just a matter of how do we get organized in Q4 and, hopefully plant seeds for early 2024.
My Q3, because it was starting the summer, was good, but then towards the latter end, the past 3 weeks, Q3 is finally buttoned up. They should all be, knock on wood, closing right in the early end of Q3, early Q4. So, and then I'm out for a while.
Tapping out.
Woo! I think I'm tapping out until the new year.
Good for you.
So hopefully we'll see how that goes. I said that last time. We are T minus 30 days or less. Fingers crossed. I think 18 days sounds really good.
Look at you learning from your experience. You're not going to be writing offers from your hospital bed, or
That's not the plan. I would prefer not to do that because it was stressful, because then you have the baby and then I was trying to follow up with what my coworker wrote the offer for and timelines, and then you're not sleeping and yeah. So luckily everything was fine, but we would prefer not to do that again. So I'm learning. And hopefully Q4 will just be a nice little reset and I can come back in 2024.
Yeah.
that's my plan. Full stop. I just actually hired someone. You guys will be proud of me. I hired someone to help build out some of my systems that I know what I need done, but I just can't find the time to put structure to it. So I hired someone that's really good at that and can probably do it 3 times faster. And so I think I'll be starting the year with the actual tools and resources that I need to look like I have my shit together and hopefully feel like I have my shit together.
That's amazing.
So Q4 for me is going to be all just development, business development, and implementing new processes that I've been stalling on for a long time.
Yeah, so nice too, because you worked with her in the past, so you were gonna know, you guys know each other, which is good, so it's gonna be a seamless transition hopefully.
That's one of those things people say, right? It's all about who you hire or who you pass it off to. And I just have been finding myself trying to juggle way too much. And from an outside perspective, it's obvious, right? What I need to do is bring some help in. And I think I needed a few people to kind of point that out. And I made the job and I feel really good about it. So
It's just one less thing for you to worry about.
Yeah.
You can check in and
A
not
big
have to
thing.
do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even just knowing that it's being taken care of is gonna like empty some brain space for you to be able to just like breathe a little bit,
Yeah.
not even having to worry about it.
I want to focus on reconnecting with past clients, like the types of people that I want to be doing business with and doing business around. So my plan is to maybe host some additional events in Q4. We have our little, female investor group that I love. It's like so energizing for me. So I want to add in some more in-person, face-to-face. Hopefully COVID doesn't spoil that because that's gotten weird again. And just winter, gets weird. So I want to rush to getting some hangs in before.
Yeah, Q4 is a great time for like client events, touching base. There's so many different activities and things going on. Does anybody do like a really successful Q4 event that they're like looking forward to for their database?
I haven't, but ask me before.
In a few months.
We've
Yeah.
been potentially playing with doing like pictures with Santa.
That's a good idea.
Well, my cousin, I say cousin, but like we're both grown now, and like her husband already has like a full Santa costume. So I was like, how much Red Bull do I need to buy you to be Santa for me for like a few hours? And he was like, oh God.
That's extra cheery.
Right,
Yeah.
and real nice and ready. But I think if I'm gonna do an event, that would be it. Because then they have something you can send home with your logo too, because I would have it printed in the little things, very small, with my name on it.
Yeah,
It's a great way to get in front of families and other people kind of in your space that you might.
It's relatively inexpensive too if you're looking at just the photographer for that amount of time and some snacks versus like trying to rent out a whole venue or something like that.
Yeah, 2 hours, and then you get to see how many people and faces, and
Right.
if you bring a friend or something, you can enter a raffle. Like, there's so many different things that you can do.
You have to grow your database. Well,
Yeah.
Using that information. Yeah. Yeah. And a couple of years ago, we did tree farm, like a Christmas tree farm pictures, and it was nice because they didn't have to like set anything up. It was just beautiful. It was,
Yeah.
she brought a little blanket. Everybody just came and took their photos, and they had like, animals you could.
Did you
Pet.
feel that
Like,
was a good, successful event for you?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And like people still ask me, like, "Are you gonna do that again?"
Yeah.
So maybe I should. Yeah, exactly. And actually saw something get marketed to from another agent in a different market that he like emails tips and tricks that he uses like with his database and stuff. And I love one idea he had was like take it a step further of like having that printed and something really nice for the family, and then you do a pop by with the photo, which I thought was a great idea. Afterwards, like
Okay.
instead of just emailing them all the photos, like actually have something tangible.
like a magnet of some sort.
Yeah, it was like
Fridge, like with your logo on it with them.
Why
With like just all of the dates on the calendar or something.
yeah, or like
Cool.
a Christmas ornament or
Oh, that would be-
yeah, something like that.
I did pop buys with ornaments last year, and it was like really fun in theory until I was like driving around for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe next year I hire someone to help drop these off.
That's the thing with pop buys. Like I love the idea of them, and then when it comes to the actual like execution and implementation, it's like
Or maybe if you had like a client that you hadn't seen in a while and they came and you made a really good reconnection.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it for every client.
Yeah.
Sorry. But, you could do it for some that like you really felt like, I haven't talked to them in a while and I want to get back with them and they sound like they had good things coming up. Like, that kind of thing. That would be a good idea. So you don't have to do it for all, 200 clients that show up.
exactly.
It's a lot of time on Shutterfly.
Yeah.
Trying to put those photos up there.
I was trying to think. This is a few years ago now. We did. I think it was like our maybe 50 to 75 clients like segmented the database like based on referrals and repeat business or something like that, and did spooky baskets.
Oh, that's fun.
And it was really fun because it was like basically everything it was like a pumpkin painting kit for the kids. It had like, we did a branded like printout of like, it was like Halloween movies, like suggestions, like family movies. We did like caramel popcorn. It was just like a variety of little treats.
just a fall.
And hot chocolate kit. And then we asked people to like tag us with their kids when they were like painting the pumpkins, and a ton of people did. It was so cute and
that's a great idea.
Ask them
simple.
to tag you, just like, while you're doing this, like, we'd love for you to.
Yeah, like on the bottom of the printout, like we just had our, you know, what do they call it, handle or
Yeah.
whatever. It was cute. A lot of people did it.
It's really funny. You like saying that you were surprised that a lot of people did. I think that's like where I hesitate on events. It must be like some subconscious like insecurity or like anxiety that I'm gonna host something like no people will come, you know. But people love like a reason to get out. They love a freebie, especially around the holiday.
Especially with kids, like if you like just, I'm like thinking of things that I'm like, Mac would love to slather some paint on a pumpkin, and that gives me like 30 minutes of activity time. Like, you know what I mean? That's great. That's a good idea.
I just pictured myself sitting on a bench with Santa Claus, like.
Nobody shows, just you and Santa.
But
Like,
no
what's
one
that
will
flask?
know.
And he's like,
That's the thing. No one knows if only.
If it was successful or not.
They only
Yes.
know what you post.
Exactly.
You know what you want them to know.
Is it your team that does like the pies?
Yeah, we do
That's so good.
the pie giveaway, and people go crazy for these pies. I mean, it is insane what people will do for a pie. But we send out touch bases. We'll probably start sending them out a month prior to Thanksgiving, and we ask that they call in, or every agent on our team calls their database. And, you know, would you like a pumpkin or an apple? And we set up a time for them to come and pick them up. And we do something similar with the social media handle, post your pies. If you post, you're entered in for a giveaway for something. So we pull a raffle. And people really do come out for the pies. And it's something really simple and easy. We put in an order. I think we get them at Costco. Sorry to reveal all your spoilers, Sarah, but you know, I think it works out really well. And then we have like wine and cheese when they come pick up their pie, so we can kind of sit and chat with them. But it's very non-committal for people to get a free pie. So you can come in, grab your pie and go, or you can come in, you can sit down and have a drink and like chat with us and pass it in.
I
And
love that they're coming to you and you're not delivering them. That's like makes a difference.
every now and then I'll have clients, like I was thinking about you when you were like Popeyes. Every now and then we have them at the office typically to pick them up, but I have a lot of clients in Kentucky and they want a pie, but they don't want to come get it. So I'm like, oh, I'll bring it to you. One day, like 1 year I did that, and I think it was like 150 like miles, like just like trying to pinpoint like my route. It was awful.
That's literally
And
what
I
I
was-
did it. I have clients in Mainville. I have clients in Union. And I was like, I didn't think this through. This is a terrible idea.
But it's like such an easy conversation for us to be like, hey, it's pie time again. Like, and people are like, oh yeah, I remember the pies. And then, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? You know,
Easy.
even if they don't come to get one, it's a nice segue. So I am looking forward to that. I probably will come with baby, but just to get out of the house, just insanity.
Yeah.
Sure.
But does anybody have any, big goals for Q4 or anything that they're looking forward to other than?
I thankfully feel kind of like Kate as far as my Q3. I only closed, I closed like one thing every week. I closed like 4 in the whole quarter, which hurt. I'm not not super used to it. But thankfully I had like a lot of people that I've either been looking with for a long time who I just got pending to close next month. I totally forgotten about 2 new builds closing Q4. It's great. But then it's the best when you're like, oh my gosh, yay. It's been 9 months. Woo! But I'm very excited to hopefully get on the bus of getting everything rolling again. I should have spent the slow quarter getting some systems put into place. I'm listening to you say that, and I'm thinking about the quarter half coming up. I'm that would have been a really good time to get it figured out and then implement it. But
Well, I mean,
okay.
what's nice about Q3 is that obviously Q4 is next, but Q4 goes by so quickly with holidays and stuff that sometimes business is not as busy, so you can implement some of those systems. That way, for the new year, you're ready to go.
Right.
Like new you know.
I also feel like, I don't want to get too far in the weeds with this because I feel like we'll spend 3 days talking about it, but the MLS situation is not sorted, and it's almost like forcing that reset because we're having to think about like, well, what systems am I using in place of the things that are broken right now? So, I mean, you don't really have much of a choice until this is resolved. So it's like it's kind of like build it while you drive.
Yeah. And for an update for those people who are listening again, right in the middle of our Q3, our primary MLS system, our only MLS system in the greater Cincinnati area, was cyber hacked, and we lost data. It was down for almost 2.5 weeks, where nothing was getting entered into MLS. So our new MLS system tried to come in and help offset not having an old MLS system. And since then, all hell has broken loose, and we are operating with technically 2 MLS systems. One's a front-facing data entry MLS. The other one is an old data MLS where we can still search for properties, but it's chaos. So it will make for a fun and interesting final Q3 and Q4.
Yes. It's like the SpongeBob meme where they're like all in the brain and like in the file cabinets and there's fires everywhere and everyone's like running around. That's Cincinnati real estate right now.
Yeah.
And that is accurate. Yes. Yeah, I would like to retract my statement about being very fortunate to have had Perchville waiting in the on the sideline, but yeah, good intentions, I think, and we'll see. Our board has left it up to a vote that will be taking place next week to see how we move forward. So,
Yes.
more to come.
Yeah. We've had a lot of agents very upset about our current MLS system and how it's going and how we need to proceed into the future.
It's full on mob.
There's mob mentalities. There's Facebook groups. There's slander talk. Like it's
There's
not.
trucker hats.
Yeah.
Hats with slogans.
That's when you know.
I can't think of a worse
That's when you know.
position to be in than to be on the board of realtors or in leadership at the MLS right now because they can't do anything right. It's like they implemented a system that was still in development to try to be helpful, and now everyone's just trying to burn it down. It's like,
Which it probably would have been helpful had it had the time to prepare, but they were trying to be helpful. You lend a hand and it got bit. So,
And I think they did not want to implement the system. I think Perchwell was saying, no, we're not ready. This is not what it was intended to be.
yeah.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah, so they made an impossible decision. I mean,
It's just,
And now they're getting lashed back on both sides. So, like you said, really no winning for those poor souls.
yeah. So if you're a realtor in the Cincinnati area, give them some grace.
yeah, I mean, they were kind of damned if they did, damned if they didn't. So I feel really bad because, I mean, there was no, first of all, who plans for a cyber attack? Nobody. And there was really no, this is the avenue that 100% we need to take. We were in uncharted territory. I mean, so I do feel bad, but I hope everybody just gets back to work.
And we would love to hear you guys like weigh in. We don't want to get into the politics of it all, but if you guys have like stories or experiences or even just input on the situation, DM us or email us. We'd like to hear what like everybody else is kind of doing in this craziness as well.
Yeah, because I think it's a matter of like, how do you still serve your clients and make sure that, you're finding properties for them and it's, getting eyes on their listings. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys too.
We all realize we're in the same ship that's slowly sinking, but if we, but if we all work together, maybe the buckets will get out of the ship faster, hopefully.
yeah, I just find like if I look around and people are smiling while we're thinking, that's a lot better than the negativity is so draining when we're also, there are layers and layers of extra work right now for everybody. And so I'm just kind of trying to stay out of it. I would like to participate more, but it's just so exhausting. This, like beating a dead horse and stating the obvious, like it's an absolute shit show. Everyone knows that. but like, how can we work together to continue to service our clients and try to stay positive? Because this isn't personal. They're not coming for you, Katie. They're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, we're all in this boat, and how can we at least paddle to shore so we can jump off and find another ship, you know?
Well, Sarah always says in times of crisis, take the opportunity. So, especially right now with agents, I feel like there are a lot of agents complaining and upset with the MLS. So we all are upset with the MLS. I mean, I can't do anything to code it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't personally fix it, but I can at least control my aspect and my reaction to it and try to be positive. And honestly, I feel like a lot of my clients have not had any issues because I'm like, listen, just honest with them about it. I'm like, it's not perfect. We're doing our best. I'm going to try to find you everything I can, but we are on the same boat together. I'm not a coder. I can't figure it out. So I feel like everyone, if you have a positive like outlook and just keep everybody in the loop, it shouldn't be as big of a car crash as it is becoming.
Yeah, and I like what you said, because it really is an opportunity, like from a client's perspective to, you know, like, hey, this is out of our control, but like, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
we're still gonna find you something, we're gonna sell your house, we're gonna keep moving forward, and
We're a team. We're doing this together.
we're in it together, you know?
I think the biggest thing to just drive home is like houses are still being sold, bought, listed every single day. If your agent is more focused on fighting with our board than out there looking for those homes for you, then that's a shift in mindset on their end that needs to be,
Adjusted.
yeah.
Great point.
And I also think that if I were a buyer right now, I mean, I would be 100% happy because I feel like I'm not seeing all the inventory, and that's a valid concern. And, you know, you want to have all your options available to you. But in the same regard, maybe you're seeing a property that 30 other buyers haven't seen. So your opportunity to snag that property at not a reduced price, but maybe at a reduced price or at list price without multiple offers, wild inspection, contingencies, appraisal gaps, that sort of thing, is a lot stronger now. So as a buyer, even though interest rates are a little high, they have, I think, a little bit more opportunity.
To kind of bypass some of that competitive edge.
To take advantage of the crisis and find something to where they feel like they don't have to spend $40,000 at risk to get.
Yeah.
So
All great
just
points.
Finding that property is fun.
I think I might find an opportunity in selling cybersecurity.
Right?
There's obviously a need. I'm bowing out.
This is it.
Changing your
I was
industry.
tired.
I know my strengths. I'm not, we can download a file. I'm not a coder, but
Yeah, I wonder what is in the budget now for cybersecurity moving forward with the new system, because that is like a real scary, crazy thing. Like all of that historic data, all of the comps, and it just was wiped. I didn't even know that was possible.
The weight of that when you like say it out loud feels heavy. I was like, oh, don't even say that right now. I can't.
Sarah did make a really good point in our team meeting the other day that even though some of that like historic data, especially agents that like to track their numbers and to be a part of the circle of excellence and all of that to promote themselves, it's a good spot for a newer agent or somebody to come in and say like, well, I'm selling just as much as this person. So it's a good like kind of neutral ground. Yeah, there's there's just no data. You're kind of, everybody's starting at a nice new level ground, which can be good because some agents get really up in a tizzy if things aren't, buttoned up a certain way, as we are clearly seeing. But
Time to pat that resume.
yeah,
Top producer.
Sales vice president.
promotion, yeah. But anyways, Q4 should be interesting because we have a team. There was a town hall this past week about the MLS debacle. There should be voting on it next week, I believe, getting wrapped up. So maybe in the new season we'll have something really fun to talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a good time to wrap our first season because we'll come back with just a whole new set of
answers.
Yeah.
All new
Fresh
systems, all new
everything.
MLS,
All new
All new
us.
look, all new us. We're all going to be very different looking if you watch us. So.
One of us isn't going to be pregnant.
right?
Oh my gosh, so excited to not be pregnant, not ready for baby, but not ready for, I'm ready for pregnancy the end.
Hopefully no one else shows up pregnant.
Well, we are the real moms in real estate. So.
Yeah, life is unplanned. But next season, we are really excited. Like we said, we're rebranding. We're kind of restructuring some things. If you guys have any opinions on what you want to see from us in terms of topics, just conversation in general, anybody would like to be a guest, feel free to reach out. We love to hear from real moms of real estate in all aspects: investor, title, lender. Maybe you're a mom whose husband also works in real estate. I'd love to talk to you as well. But we also are just really excited about the new venture.
Yeah, but I guess that is a wrap for season 1.
Thanks for sticking around.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.